All right, so Oregon is finally starting to backpedal. You know what that means?
No. I was just there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wait, because they've done a bunch of like leftist stuff, right?
I'm surprised you didn't see any like blue-haired ladies like dancing around in the forest.
We went to a very small town called Sisters, and there's literally 3,000 people in the whole town.
Did they go, oh man, get out of here, Antifa family? When they looked at you guys?
No, but I think, the only Asian there, and Gio's the only Mexican, and
Did they look
Tycho's
at
the
you
only...
like, hey, what's up? Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
Is that so many suggestions?
They were actually super nice. We ate
Chumbawamba white.
Yeah.
We ate ice cream. We got pizza. It was a really
One more thing that probably happened to him.
Yeah, ask him.
Did they think Gio was like there to start building stuff?
That's so...
To start building.
It's so like normal.
Like you guys show up and then they're like, oh, thank God you're here. All right, here, grab this. And then Gio grabs a hammer and shit.
She starts doing it.
She's like, okay.
So, Portland, specifically, they were totally obliterated by the fentanyl crisis, like you guys might have seen in the news.
Oh right.
Because the state decriminalized drug possession, which resulted in an open market of drug use. 190% increase in fentanyl overdose.
Numbers are up.
Yeah, and then now, finally, Oregon lawmakers are passing a bill to recriminalize drug possession.
And then everyone's like, okay, yeah, we should probably do it again.
But only some drugs, like it's basically covering the possession of meth or heroin and making it a misdemeanor up to 6 months in jail. But at least it gives police the power to confiscate drugs and prevent the use of it on public sidewalks. Which is crazy that used to be allowed.
Because they were just doing like whatever on the sidewalk.
It made the problem worse. Somebody over there had the bright idea to like make it more accessible and more allowed, thinking that it would have some kind of magical effect.
We'll give you more needles.
But more people died, and more people like ended up doing drugs.
You think if people died in suits, it'd be more acceptable?
In suits?
Or laying down in suits? Because you know in Japan, because they're working so hard, there's people, drunk businessmen laying around.
Yeah.
So you don't see like, doesn't seem as like a big of a problem. But if you're in Portland and there's people laying on the floor.
I think it's like if you have a job, I think that's a big difference on like getting drunk and
We should just
having
try it.
fun.
It's like, hey, put a suit on before you lay down.
Yeah, put them in suits. It's not bad, Bart.
As long, I mean that's, I guess it's different because these guys are gonna still go to work after that. But then if you're just doing this all the time and you don't really have anywhere to
You'll
be,
rob your neighbor.
I mean you'll just do drugs until you die.
What is 190% increase? Is there possibly a number of like people? Because like my only point is the people that were like, yeah, let's why don't we try this thing where we decriminalize it? It's like, aren't those deaths on those people's hands?
And then look up like how much is a suit.
You do for 3 for 100.
Warehouse.
How do we buy suits in bulk?
Down here,
3 for 100.
yeah, 3 for $100.
It's probably cheaper than fentanyl.
Men's Warehouse got expensive.
Oregon, 100. Wait, what the fuck? That can't be right. Hold on. Let me make sure.
Guys smoking meth on the street in suits, but just disheveled. Just like,
It's like, hey, they do it in Japan, we'll do it over here.
hey,
Whatever,
go
same
ahead.
thing.
This does make me feel a little more
So
professional.
like suit cleaning day is tomorrow. It's gonna be cool.
Just ironing suits.
2023, 1,250 straight deaths from fentanyl overdose.
Yeah, somebody fucked up with that law.
Yeah, that's
When I posted that we were gonna be in Oregon for Taika spring break, a lot of comments were like, "Don't go to Portland. It's fucking crazy. It's crazier than LA." That's what a lot of people said. Yeah.
I was
I haven't
there
been to
like
Portland since I was like 12. So I wonder what
I was there 2014 and it was cool. It was still cool, I guess. Yeah.
what was. I heard that before it wasn't so hipsterish. Like, well, I remember it not being hipster. It wasn't even a thing. But then it became like a big, good food scene.
It was hipster as shit when I got
Yeah.
there. It's like one of the, I think that has the highest restaurants per capita like in the
Oh,
United
wow. So they have a good food scene.
So much food there, yeah.
Yeah, but they also have a good protest scene.
Yes.
Yeah. One of
So they
the
had that shutdown zone in Portland. It was like a
autonomous zone. That's where I thought Taika wanted to go.
That Chaz? Was that Washington? Or that Seattle? Or no? Where's Chaz?
No, I thought that was Portland.
I think it's Portland, yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, so here's a good way of seeing that data. So like what I just said, where it's like 1,200 something. In 2019, they had 77.
Wow. 77 drug
year?
overdoses.
That's what it says.
1900.
1200.
1200.
1200.
Whoa,
Holy
that's
shit.
a huge
That's-
It
difference,
says for
dude.
Oregon, in the state of Oregon, 77 known fentanyl overdose deaths in 12 months for 2000.
But why did Oregon get so crazy? Like, did a lot of people from San Francisco move out there and change shit? Or have they always been kind of crazy? Because you know what's weird to me is like, they used to have a neo-Nazi problem in Portland. And then this was like, I think it was like in the 80s or 90s. And then now that it's like the opposite, it's kind of weird, huh?
Maybe the fentanyl is just too good, so they just changed.
They went from neo-Nazi to blue-haired liberal.
Nazi stuff is whack. I'm gonna start doing this fentanyl stuff. It seems way.
No more marching. Less marching.
I could just sit on the stoop all day.
Yeah.
Maybe the food scene changed it all. It's all the food, dude.
It makes you happy, huh? It makes you happier.
I guess it is cool that at least the lawmakers are willing to
Change?
Yeah, I mean, because it seems like a lot of people don't really like to go back on the thing that they set out to do. But it is pretty cool that they're like, okay, yeah, something fucked up.
That's,
Yeah,
I don't
it's like, fuck, when we pass 1,000, maybe it's not working.
Yeah.
I've never seen them ever be like, I regret what we did.
Well, they're not saying that particularly, but the system itself is saying something fucked up.
Do you think new politicians came in and they're like, come on, guys? This is a
Wasn't this happening in every state, basically?
They want to do it in California.
Yeah,
it was
every state.
kind of like a liberal talking
Yeah.
point. Of
Yeah,
like,
that's from the people first.
Yeah,
It's
like-
people that cry about it and the politicians make it a point to like campaign on,
right.
but it's
I mean,
from the people.
It's like we see the same thing with like even with Kamala Harris. Like she's talking against the same shit that she used to enforce way back in the fucking day. It's just
She made the law,
Yeah.
and then she's talking against it. It's like, but you made the law.
right. Yeah.
That specific law that
like, look at all
that
these-
got all these black guys in jail.
Tulsi Gabbard nailed her on that during the
Right.
debate. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Right. So it's not like it's not the individuals that are saying sorry. It's just the system itself is now recalibrating. They're probably like using all these like terms to not make it sound so like, oh, we just made a big ass mistake. It's more like now that we have this data, we are now going to adjust, and they're going to recriminalize it, but they're not recriminalizing to the level that it used to be back in the day where it was just straight up like, oh, you have drugs, it's fucking over for you. It's like it just gives police something to work with. Because they just can't even talk to you back then. Like, when it was decriminalized, you could be smoking whatever you want on the street. They can't do anything.
yeah, that shouldn't be allowed. I don't think.
Damn, Nick.
It's just
Nick's going up the list.
I got bars, dude. I'm gonna say it. Whatever's on my mind, dude. I'm gonna fucking say it.
I'm gonna
The
watch.
funny thing is, like, it shouldn't even take, like, fentanyl overdoses to reverse that. It, like, wasn't the collapse of society enough? Like, whether people were dying or not, just the fact that this is what it looks like.
What if there's like people, they want to have their freedoms, so like, don't take my right to do fentanyl away from me. What if, like skate parks, we have drug parks, and so if you want to go fry your fucking brains, you can go fry your brains somewhere, and you
Like
don't
Fry Zone.
yeah, fry zone. You don't have to go to you don't have to do it in front of like some innocent soccer mom's house.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. What if that way people can still preserve their freedoms and they can fry in a fentanyl somewhere? You think that maybe that's and then it's like those numbers, if you want to overdose, that's kind of on you. That's not society failing you, that's you failing yourself.
There was something funny, too, that Annika Sparren was pointing out. Remember how they had, like, the needle exchanges in different urban towns where they're like, oh, we want you to at least use clean needles so that you don't spread disease, so we're going to give you clean needles. But then we started just giving out crack pipes, which was really strange, too.
Those needle places in Europe though, they have fry zones technically. You know where you go, like
Yeah.
where you go in, like you give them your ID and they give you needles. You go into a little pod. It's like its own like.
Safe use, yeah. Like,
It's not like, oh shoot, this guy's in front of like someone else's house. Here's a.
It sounds like it's really well organized over
what
there.
does giving
In France, remember we talked about that before?
what does
I think
giving
it's there
someone a
too.
clean crack pipe necessarily do? Maybe,
Yeah, does that lessen the spread of disease or some shit?
That's why she was like, why are we doing that?
Right. That is weird.
I mean, it's one of those, like, you already have to be in the accepted mind state that they will do it anyway. You cannot stop that it's gonna happen. So, like, what can you do that might prevent something else?
You could actually give them the crack.
Give him the crack.
If it was pure, if it was like not laced. I guess that's a conversation. I don't know.
That's crazy, man.
What if the crack pipe had super glue on it? So once you do it, it's hard to do it again.
It's a
Well, it's really easy. It's very easy to do it again.
You stay doing it. Actually, never mind.
It's stuck
You
in your
can't
mouth.
do anything else.
Just workshopping ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, we got.
I'm just trying to help.
It's complex. It's complex. We don't know.
I'm just trying to help. I don't know.
We're getting close.
Yeah, so hopefully we
Giving out
see
crack pipes is wild.
hopefully we see some improvement for what's going on in Portland because of this, you know, this reversal.
Giving out condoms, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, yeah, we were trying to make it so like teenagers at this concert don't get pregnant. Giving out crack pipes is fucking nuts.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't get it.
Hot take, buddy. Hot take.
Once again.
And that's tax-funded crack pipe.
Yeah, who's wholesaling crack pipes, dude?
Like, whose friend in the fucking government has a smoke shop in North Hollywood that they're like, I gotta move these pipes?
Blowing
I got a big account. Hell yeah.